Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants, doing a film breakdown. Haven't done one in a while because the NFL is ran by scumbags and they're not using the All 22. But I have some Michigan college tape from the Giants' new guard they traded from the Ravens, Ben Bredeson. He was a fourth round pick out of Michigan. We're going to go through his last game in college versus Alabama. 6'5", 315 pounds. Strengths. I think he's in the pass game. Like, he's got good leverage. He's got like an idea of dealing with some counters. We'll see one play where he goes to a hop step. His biggest weakness, hand placement. Hand placement. You're gonna see that show up in his bad pass plays and bad run plays, because if he gets his hands better, he can be a really good run blocker and pass blocker. Like, there's a reason why this guy was taken in the fourth round. There's some potential there. There's things he needs to fix. Now, things that he's not going to be able to fix. He's a little slow getting to the second level with the linebackers, which you'll see. And then we'll let linebackers get in his chest, and then they're shedding and deconstructing those blocks. Plays nasty. He's smart, picking up stunts, picking up blitzes. I mean, there wasn't a single time in this game where I saw that he missed an assignment. Now, he's played a lot in the preseason. Again, they don't have all 22, so I watched some condensed version game film from the broadcast view of him versus Washington, and he looked good. And when I'm talking about with hand placement, like I said, it's hard to see, but it looks like it's better. Like, it's shooting inside, and I'll walk you through that. Paul Alexander, who was an O-line coach for a long time, in fact, he identified some of Andrew Thomas's weaknesses in an article for, I think, New York Post or something. I don't know. Like he said, like, he's been balling out in preseason and he's good, and so he could be the best interior offensive lineman on the team. I wouldn't put him ahead of Gates or even Hernandez right now. He could be, definitely could be, but I honestly think he might need to start over Shane Lemieux, and there's more Shane Lemieux injury news. I'm not going to try and repeat it. But anyways, this guy may play. Like, I think there's a much better chance of him playing than Billy Price. And you guys know I'm not, hot takey reactionary. Like, Billy Price, I don't think is that good. I just don't. This guy, I think, can be good, and I think he's better than Billy Price. But let's go through it. You're here for the film, not for my 15-minute explanation. So we're gonna go through the pass block and stuff. He's at left guard, number 74 for Michigan. I was playing right guard in the preseason, for what it's worth. Nope, that's the last play that I wasn't going to go through. All right, here we go. First play. So you got this guy stunting down. Nice wide base. Decent pad level. That's another thing I like, is pad level. Hands inside. You see his feet stay wide. Re-anchor. Bam. I think that's a good rep. Picking up a stunt right here. Again, he identifies this stuff. Now, I'm not going to show you all the reps where he's looking for work when he's uncovered, because that's more just instinct than anything, but he does that. Sees it. Passes it off. Gets underneath. Turn his hips. Wide base. Bam. Ball out. Again, watch where, now you'll be like, oh my gosh, he's in the QB's lap. Look where everywhere else is. The QB's stepping up. Now his hands are a little high. But again, good feet, not overreacting, not letting his base get too skinny. Mirroring. And that's the QB's fault for him being in his lap. That's Patterson's fault. Good blitz pickup here. Nothing crazy, but no, it looks like you would get blitz out here, so they're setting out towards him. Realize it, turns his head back. Bam, slides down, doesn't overreact. Good blitz pickup on this play. Next play, what do we got? Good leverage. I mean, just takes the will out of Christian Barrymore. That's a good player. Just takes the will out of him to rush the passer on this play. quick hands, quick violent hands. Bam. And that's when he's best. When he gets his hands on guys quick, that's when he's his best. And you're going to see him get beat by not doing that in some other plays. Again, good knee bend. Leaning a little bit, but you can live with that. And he gets kind of caught up with the left tackle. But just not giving up on a play. That's not holding. Barremore's going to want holding on that call. That's not holding at all. All right, let's go through some bad pass reps now. Barremore puts a hit on Patterson on this play. Well, he messes up twofold. One, he's only playing half the man. You want him playing, you want that foot right there, playing the full man, ready to mirror. And then that paired with, watch his hands. Those hands are at his helmet level. The other one's high. That gives your whole chest. That allows him to rip through. Watch Barremore's left hand rip through. And then at that point, there's no winning this rep. He gets bull rushed into the quarterback. And puts a hit on Patterson. Play the full man. Take those elbows, squeeze them in a little tighter, and shoot those hands in down here, not up here, down here. And even not playing the full man, he could win that rep if he gets his hands inside. Now this isn't the worst rep, but again, watch the hands. Up at the top of his shoulder pads. You see Ruiz down low, or Onwenu, who's a good player for the Patriots. Ruiz are a little high, but they're good. That's versus a blitzing linebacker, so you're not going to have the best hand placement. But you see him get a good hop step out of it, too. He's getting the bull rush. Now watch. Both feet come out of the air. That's a good move. That's, a lot of college guys don't even have that, even thought about in their repertoire. When he feels that bull rushing coming, bam, hop, re-anchor. Now his feet get skinny, but because of that hop step, he takes a bad rep and doesn't make it a horrible rep. Okay, this is the half man. So on this one, his hand placement is pretty good. Inside, but the issue on this one, he's playing half the man. And it's not like it's anything he's unexpected. He's down in this gap. He needs to power that right foot down more. Whoops. So he's playing half the man. His shoulder pad is lined up with his helmet. And so he's caught playing from behind on this. So he goes for that swim. Okay, now I gotta really recorrect. So I'm going to have to take this left foot and totally bring it down. Fuck off. And then he gets swam. Because he's playing from behind. Let's go through it again real quick. Half man, swim playing behind, so he overcorrects. Then has to oh crap, he's going to beat me to the left. A really nice play by 99 in general, though. I don't even know who that is. Good job, Patterson, getting out of it. On this one, what are we doing? Okay, so this is where an example of hey, he's got to play the full man. Bam. That's where you want him. That's where you want to line up helmet on helmet in pass play. Ready to mirror. Wide base. Good pad level. But his hands are outside. And this isn't even egregious on this one. But his hands are outside. The defensive tackle's hands are inside him. This one is not even a ton of technique. Get his hands inside. But this is 99 kind of just manhandling him, which was the only time I really saw this besides that Barremore bull rush. So as a pass blocker, he's definitely got things to improve on. Oh, this is a play action flea flicker. So this doesn't look like the best rip at the end, but this is a flea flicker. This takes a lot of time to develop. Playing out, bam, selling that play action. Good mirroring, fighting. gets the bull, recovers from it, and then he gets tripped up over here. But, I mean, let's count through that. That ball snapped at the 58 seconds. I mean, that's 5.5 seconds. That's more time than you're ever going to need back in the pocket. And then this one, this rep, I accidentally put in there. All right, in the run game. Let's go through the run game. We're going to go through the pulling first. And I don't think he's as good as a puller as Shane Lemieux, but he is solid on a kick-out block here. Again, he doesn't have like great athleticism, but he's got enough to make these pulls. Helmet inside. He's not over his skis, where he's just launching into dudes, going for the big hit. Keeps his feet moving. I mean, and by the way, see, that's Ben Mason. The Ravens release him. That is my number one, like, Giants go get him. And I know they have two fullbacks, but cut one and get Ben Mason. That guy has a freaking advantage. I would have been, if they would have drafted him in the 6th round, I would have been praising. But anyways, I mean, the RB could even go through this if he wanted to. Next play. Good job. Finishes the block. Bully. Start at it from the beginning. Doesn't cross over his feet. He wants to get his helmet on the inside of 33. Bam. Keeps the feet moving. You created a hole. You created a hole. Ben Bredeson. Lead blocker on this one. Now, so he cuts on this one. And you're like, oh, if he just blocked him regular, it'd be a bigger play. He's taught to do that one. And again, you can see his speed. It's not like blowing you away. It's good enough athleticism. It sure as hell beats what the Giants had with Kenny Wiggins and Ted Larson. But anyways, the running back takes this outside. He has 7 or 6. I mean, if he takes this outside, he's getting to the sideline, and I think he's beating this player. So just because it looks like not the greatest play, it could have been. Play this outside. And that turns into a big play. This next pull wasn't great, but I like the way he finishes it. Gets a little help from Ruiz, the center. Good job on the D end on this one, spilling through this and spinning out, because he knows what's coming. He knows they're trying to get inside of me. Pause. But I'm sorry. Let me collect my thoughts. But I like the way he finishes. Now again, he gets a ton of help, but watch this nastiness, and this is the stuff you can't teach. This is what you can't teach Matt Parrott. Legal. But that's just that, you're on top of a guy. Make sure you push off when you get up. Good run out on this play. D lineman's looping around. Pick it up. Get your helmet inside. Bam. Keep your feet moving. Feet chopping. That's a hole if that play is meant to go through there. It's not. But good stuff. Anytime a defensive lineman gives you that extra shove after a play, you know you've done your job. Always. Because they're mad. And they want to give you that shove to make them feel like they're bigger and badder than what they are. Now you're going to see high hands on this one. I mean, look, his hand is on the helmet, so technically it's a penalty, but you get away with that stuff. But good wide base. Good pad level. Just get those hands down. And he finishes this play. Well, the running back and fullback finish it. But this could go from a good play to a great play if he gets those hands lower. And we're going to go through all of that right now. You're going to see that is his main issue. But it looks like in some of the preseason stuff, he's fixed some of that stuff. Actually, this one's not his fault. I put this one in there, and then when I rewatched it, this is play action. And his left tackle just screws him. It looks funny on it. But the left tackle screws it, and they're not trying to work to the second level because it's a pass play. But here, so he's going to work a combo. Let me play it. Good drive off the ball. And it's like like I said, this isn't a bad rep, but it could be better. Look how he's leaning with his head. He's going with his head down, head first, leading with his head. Hands up high. See that hand on top of the shoulder pad? And with that, his base gets a little too skinny. Again, it's not a bad block, but look how he's got his hands by his side now because that defensive lineman is in his chest. And now he's playing high because of that. If he just, and he's got the help with the double team, so it's not like he's trying to fire out and like get there at their own 1 yard line and they're trying to, make sure they don't give up a safety. But this is how you do give up a safety. Because your head down, and if this player is like trying to jump into this gap and he swims and your head's down, that's how it ends up being a safety. Like, that's bad form to have your head down like that, hands high, leaning, feet skinny. Like, that's just a bad that's bad form, and it ends up working out. But that doesn't mean that it was a good play. Next play, what are we doing on this one? And this is the opposite. He just comes off the ball slow on this one. Like, you got a combo, man. Fire off. Like, they're working, and like, he's working out here. You two are working to this linebacker. Like, you know what you got. Like, Ruiz is going to have to come off this block. So what is he doing? You see Ruiz, the center. Low hands. Good bend. Coming off the ball hot. He's just kind of doesn't like bring his hands up for the party. And just kind of lets him get into him. Like, that's a weird rep, He doesn't have a ton like that, but still. You got to come off the ball violently every single time for the run game, especially in the NFL when you're facing, these are some NFL guys here, but not the top of the NFL guys. Next play. Oh, and this is where I just don't see him getting a ton better. He's slow getting to the linebacker. Like, this should be a play that is pretty simple to get to. It's simply you're working a double team to here, and he wants his helmet to be lined up on there. So he helps. The tackle does a bad job too. But he's slow to get off. Linebacker's in his chest. Helmet on the wrong side. Bad hand placement. Tackle at the line of scrimmage. And then on this one, again, running an outside zone play. Helping. And then you're getting to this linebacker. Good helmet placement, but watch how he just catches him. And at that point, you lost. He's got his hands in you. He's bench pressing you off of him and making a tackle at the line of scrimmage. So that's it for Ben Bredeton. Especially with this Shane Lemieux and injury stuff, I think this guy's going to come in and compete for a starting job. And you saw, like, with the stunt pickup, blitz pickup, like, he's a smart dude. He was a 4-year starter for a reason at Michigan. So, and if the preseason film of using better hand placement is real and translates to starters, yeah, I mean, it's not like Shane Lemieux's been some world beater at guard. I think he's a good run blocker. I think Lemieux's a much better run blocker. But I think Bredeton has a ability to be a better pass blocker and a good run blocker, especially in this gap giant scheme. So, appreciate it if you like this film breakdown. Like, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully they'll get all 22 back for the regular season and O-line reports. I know that's our bread and butter is the O-line report. Wish I could have given to you guys for preseason, but the NFL sucks. So go email NFL Game Pass and tell them to get their crap together. So appreciate you guys. See you next time. Until then, let's go Big Blue.